Hello there, my name's Vincent. Welcome to another Advent Potential Fix, and in this video today we're going to be trying to work on this bonsai paper shredder. It's a current item. They sell on Amazon for over £100. This one, when you plug it in, doesn't appear to do anything, so whether it's on reverse or auto, it's not actually working, and sometimes that light doesn't come on either. So now if I get some paper, we're on auto, put it in here, it doesn't seem to do anything. And the light is hit and miss as well. So I don't really know what could be wrong with it. I don't think it's a switch problem, but let's bring it over to the mat, take it apart and see if anything becomes obvious. Now this is going to be extremely awkward to film. Anyway, we're going to take the bin out here. Everything looks new again, so I don't think this has had much, if any, use. Obviously, I'm unplugged. I can only see two screws at the moment, here and here. Let's undo them, and then we'll see what starts to come apart. This is just sprayed here, so this is all one piece. I wonder, is the top clipped on? Oh, here we go. Well, looks like those screws did do the job. What? Oh, this is just taken out of the bin. Okay, well that will make it slightly easier to work on. A lot easier to work on. Oh, here we go. Down in here. And also in here and in here. Fantastic. Right, so there's 4 long screws. Let me see if my special homemade bit will work. So a few people have been asking to have a look at this. So I used this to get into a Milwaukee tool ages ago, a radio. And this is just a normal flathead screwdriver that I just ground down a little bit here and a little bit here. And somehow it just seems to work for everything. I don't know how, but it just seems to work for everything. There we go, perfect. I think these are just crosshead screws though. The Milwaukee was some Torx bit that I didn't have. I have my Torx bits. I do need to get some long bits, but my Torx bits are all short little ones in the iFixit toolkit. But so far, since then, this tool's got me out of trouble for everything. Now, I know it's not a fuse problem because that light comes on, you see, every now and then. So there has to be some kind of power there. Excellent. Wow, it's a huge motor. I have seen this side of shredder before, but the one I had broken gears. This looks seriously heavy duty. Wow. Okay, well there's going to be sensors and stuff. I wonder, well no, it's not that because it's not even going in reverse. Got a little micro switch down there. So what's that micro switch for, I wonder? Just down in here. Maybe it recognises that the bin's in. I presume that goes there. Well, first things first, shall we see if it's an iffy switch? It might be an iffy switch. I mean, this thing looks new. Look at all the grease on there and all the gears. They look like they really are going to do the job. Weirdly, there's lots of kind of whitish dust. That switch looks good. We'll go on to the contacts at the bottom and we'll see if they do anything. Right, so meter in continuity. And if we're over this side, is going to be here to here. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's going down here, sorry. Right, so here and here, but not here. In the middle, so the middle's off, isn't it? Yeah. And that side is going to be here. So the switch itself is working fine. I don't think it's anything to do with sensors because it's not even trying to go into reverse. The connections are all glued in, so they're not going to be falling out. I wonder, have we got some sort of thermal fuse or something here? But saying that, why did we have the red light on for a split second? I think we need to take out this module here because this is where the mains goes into. Let's undo that and see if we can work anything out. Excellent. I'm going to take a few pictures in case I end up pulling out wires. I'm just going to see what this thing is here. I'm going to see if there's continuity through it. No, it doesn't appear to be. No, we have got an ohm reading through it though. I'm just going to check this micro switch here, see if that's working. Because maybe if it doesn't see the bin, it doesn't even turn on. That is working. Right, I want to see if the bin's actually plugging into that, because maybe there's plastic that's been broken off it. I want to see what kind of triggers it. It must be that bit there. I think that probably is going to work. Yeah, look. Interestingly, it looks like we have another motor here, just a little one, to maybe keep things cool. Stop it overheating. Little fan here. Stop that big motor from overheating. The motor that's doing the actual work. I think we need to look in here. If I'm struggling on any of this glue here, I'll just use IPA and it will lift it straight off. Right, I think we'll just concentrate in here. Let's get rid of all this for a moment. Okay, lovely. Right, everything's nice and clean. Massive bridge rectifier over here. I can't see anything obvious. I can't see any burning or anything like that. Got a relay here, maybe we could test that. Weirdly, there's space for 4 screws, but they've only held it in with 2. Annoyingly, there is a chip there. It looks like it's got a crack, but I don't think that is. I think it's just some sort of flux. And if you have a look closely, you can see that this is wave soldered. Because can you see under the components, there's a little bit of glue everywhere. Yeah? So these would be quite hard to take off. You can see little bits of red, hopefully. Also, it looks like there's some kind of like blue ink here. But again, I think it all looks okay. It's got some kind of the board has got a bit of a coating on it, a bit of a conformal coating, you know. All right, 400 volt cap here. We should really check that, even though I've now handled the bottom of it. Fine, 4 volts. Little fuse here, I'm just going to check it, but I know it's going to be okay because we have had the light. Yep. Because we could check the bridge rectifier while we're here. think it's okay. That is given a slightly different reading on that one. I think that's okay then. Right, it's an awkward one because I can't see anything that's wrong, and the problem is I don't really know this red light thing. I think I need to understand the red light thing more. So I'm going to put it back together. I want to know when the red light comes, when the red light goes, because I might be, for all I know, it might be that little micro switch at the bottom, you know? So it may be when I put it back together and put the bin in and out, maybe that micro switch is not being hit properly. So I don't really want to spend ages fault finding that if there's no problem with that. Yeah, so it doesn't want to do it now. I'm going to take away from that bottom bit. Now let's see if it does it. No. Now I'm going to unplug it. Try to drain it. Now let's see will the red light come on again. Yes. Then off. I'm wondering if it's something to do with that thing that's attached to the motor. Maybe it thinks it's overheated. I've seen on the board it was marked up as NTC. Right, so let's see if I get the red light, will it come on straight away? No. So we can get the power light every time we unplug it and plug it back in again. Let's see if we can get the power light when this micro switch is off at the bottom. Yes, we do. And then it goes off. Okay. Right, it's certainly not going to be an easy one. That's for sure. Right, I'm unplugged again. Let's get into it again. And look at what I just noticed, and I want to see if you notice it too. Let me zoom in. What do you notice here? You ready? In fact, let me wobble the table a bit. Let me just bash here. You see anything? Look at that fuse. Look at that fuse. So I tested it for continuity, but that's not right. Oh no, no it is, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I thought I found the fault there. It's not. That's just a body off it. Ah, gutted. That's just a body. You know, I've never seen a fuse wiggle like that before. I need more room to work, so I'm just gonna take all the wires and stuff out so I can kind of simulate it being together without this massive lump of plastic. So I think what I'm going to do now is, don't ever copy what you see in my videos, I am going to plug this in without all these other things attached. I want to see, does it do that same thing? I'm on auto here. Clearly I'm not touching any of this. I would be electrocuted. I'm just going to leave it there like that, and then I just want to see if that lights up there for a few seconds like it did before. Or will it stay on now? Because maybe when it doesn't recognise this, maybe it will stay on or something. There might be something on the motor side of things which is actually putting the fault on. Because those relays and stuff are going to be for switching the motor, aren't they? But we should just get the red power light now. Interesting. Can you see that? And that's saying overheat because it's not recognising that thermistor thing. You know, the NTC. Right, I'm unplugged again. Obviously there's going to be charge there for a bit. So clearly it's not happy with something. So we've learned something. That's the first bit of progress I've made. Look at that. It says, see how long that stayed flashing for. So there could still be like high voltage in that capacitor there. So that was really, really good. Really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this here. I'm going to connect this one. And we'll see now, will that overheat still come on? Maybe we can plug things in one by one to find out what the actual faulty item is. Right, so it says here NTC1. Let's plug that in. Now, again, I'm not touching anything. I'm going to plug it in again. Let's see if the overheat one comes up. No, 1 second. Was that overheat? The overload one was the middle. 1 second. Yeah, overheat. Right, plugging it in again now. Not put my hands anywhere near it. Interesting, do you see that? So that's the same problem as before, isn't it? So, has that little NTC thing gone? I think maybe. I think maybe it has. See, I don't know what they should be reading. It was in the thousands and thousands of ohms. Maybe it shouldn't be. I'm going to take this out and see if I can see anything obvious in it. See, I don't know what that should be reading, you know? Let's unplug it. Let's see if the resistance changes when I hold it in my hand. So let it stabilise. Yeah, it's working, isn't it? I mean, the ohm seems really high, but maybe that's completely normal. The motor's going to be getting much hotter than my hand. In fact, let's put the hot air on it from a bit of a distance because the motor would be getting warm. Yeah, that's working. So it's not that. I don't like the bend in the wire there. Let me just try something a minute. No, it's fine. Hold on a minute. So this is the thing that goes down to that safety switch at the bottom, yeah? You know, this one here that lets it know that the bin's in, yeah? And have a look. We have it on these two pins here. And that plugs into the board this way round, yeah? So it's on these two ones here. But look, what's that middle one doing? Nothing. Can you see that? Now, unless there's no traces on the top of the board, so what on earth is that one doing there? That middle one's not going, it's going to there. I think we found the fault. I think we found the fault. Right, so let's go on to the multimeter, onto continuity. If I go between here and here, no, let's go here and here, and hit this in. Hold on. You can hear it, yeah? But that's because I'm on the top. But now if we go onto the bottom of the board, it's going to be between here and here, and it will work. But that's not doing anything. They've put this in the wrong one. It needs to be in that end one there, because then it's going to join up the tracks. You know what I mean? It's going to short between here and here. Yeah? Because that's coming from the bridge rectifier. So that's the reason we're only getting like power for a second, is because it's recognizing that there's no bin. It's thinking there's no bin in it when there is a bin in it. What? I have got that in the right place, haven't I? That's the only place it will go. That has to be it. So we need to... It's just a switch, so it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter which is, you know, if these were the wrong way around. So I just need to take out this one here and put it into this one. How do I take that out? There we go. That's it there. So now let's put it into this one. That's clicked into place there. I think that's going to be it. So now if we go across those ones, we should have it. So if I was to go across here, and for example here, hallelujah. How good's that? Right, rather than mess with something that may be dangerous, I am actually going to put this back together. I found an obvious problem, because what's that switch doing? It's not doing anything. How amazing is that? So yeah, manufacturing defect. Right, let's try and get this all back together. So I get it back together, I put the cable ties back in it and stuff, but I don't put any glue around the connections just yet, because I don't actually know if it's going to work. I'm pretty sure it is going to work, but I don't want to put glue on to have to take it off again. Right, I'm not going to put any screws in it, because the thing is, I still need to put all the hot glue around all the connections if it's working. Okay, right, listen to the click. That first click, not the second. Click there. Right, are you going to work? Please, please, please work now. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Are you going to shred? Beauty. Fantastic. I'm hoping that motor will turn itself off. It has. I can actually hear the fan. I'm presuming reverse only works when there's a bit of a jam. Let me get another bit of paper. Right, so I'm going to do this and then I'm going to hit reverse, see what happens. There we go. Okay, fair enough, it reversed it. So good. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot glue on the connections. Remember they were all glued earlier. I've got all the leftover bits down here. And then I need to put all the screws in. But I'm really happy with that one there. Really happy. Okay, let's get the glue in. I'm unplugged again. And look, it's... can you see it cross shreds it? It doesn't. The shredder that I've got makes it long and thin, but this actually cross shreds it. Not that I've got anything important that anybody's going to care about, but still. So good. Now I'll put a load of glue all over the connections again, put the screws back in, and let's bring it back into the main room. Right, here we go. Back in the same position as it was at the very beginning, but back then it didn't work, and now, look at that there. How good is that? So there we have it. Apparently it's supposed to do credit cards, clips, staples, CDs even. So, yeah. I don't want to speak out of turn, but you know what? I think I might have enjoyed that more, get this, than the popcorn machine. And I didn't think that could have been beaten, but I think it has. I think it's beaten it. What on earth? So it's brand new. It's never ever worked. And at the manufacturer, that pin was put in to the middle one instead of the edge one. I'm so glad I found that, because I'll be honest with you, I was struggling because I didn't really have anything to go on, and I wasted quite a bit of time looking at that NTC. But then when we put heat on that I was expecting it to read maybe like 5 ohms, 10 ohms, that sort of thing. But then when we put heat on it and we seen the temperature, seen the resistance rapidly going down, then that told me that was working. Yeah, I mean, I would say it was luck that I found it, but it wasn't really, was it? I was using my eyes, and then, yeah, I just, I don't even know how. I think it was just luckily that it wasn't soldered underneath, and then I just thought, well, you know, that's not right. But, oh, that's so good. So good. So I'm very happy with that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will hopefully, fingers crossed, see you again tomorrow for another Advent special. Thanks for watching, everyone.